Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give all the powers to chant. Jah give all the powers to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
I would say greetings, this is Kabanka Pyramid representing the Lion Voice blog. Make sure that them check it out and stay tuned. Seeing Rastafari blessings every time.
With today's episode, we are going to talk about just my thoughts while being here in Jamaica, my place of birth, you know what I mean, moving around the people, seeing the vibration here. I just want to share in real time where the Irish are. One of the things that I am seeing, and this is something that we're going to be addressing head on this platform. We've already started, but it just solidified the need to deal with that, is the generation gap. We know whole heap of young Rastafari are out there. We are bringing them on the platform. We've connected with the next generation of Rastafari. So you're going to see a lot more of them on the platform. But the generation gap, family, is so massive in meaning the youth, young Rastafari, not connecting regularly to do works with the elder foundation generations. Many of that generation is passing away right now. Many are still there. Even myself, you know, to the foundation generation, they look to I as youth, you know what I mean? But when you look upon my gray, now my beard, you have youths calling me elder. I had a joke with Norrisman, because all Norrisman who's older than I call I elder. But we're not elders, you know, we are the Rastafari adults, you know. And I want to just normalize I blocking that sound, because we need that adult 40 to 60 range, you know, that is really your wisdom and execution. That's the pinnacle of, you know, your youthful energy and your ability to execute, you know, your vision. That's when most men, even in the Babylon world, where they peak in terms of wealth and influence, between 40 and 60. So I and I are in that realm, but we have 20 to 40 where we now see them at gatherings. Right? When you're a part of the Lion Pride, you are part of something that is unfolding. This is not just a theoretical, we come and we talk and, you know, we amass a big audience and you see me sit down, see me when me there. No, this is, you're watching the evolution and the building of what we're talking about. You're seeing connections being made in real time. You see me interview someone, then you see me at them place, then you see me connect them with someone else, then you see them start the work. You know what I mean? That is the Lion Pride. Lion Pride is active. You know, we're actionists, with a vision and a goal and a mission, and we're active. So again, if that sounds like you have a skill, you have a talent, you want to tap in, become part of the Lion Pride. So when people say, what is Rastafari doing? Or what organization or what institution do you belong to? You can say, I am part of the Lion Pride. And we have over 700 videos now on the platform to show the works and the connections that are being made. And the IMC, you know, as we go along, you may see other ones and then you see them on the platform. There's no one in Rastafari that we will not reason with once they're doing positive work.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
The year is 1892. and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. LIDJ Tafari's father, Ras Tafari, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Tafari is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Tafari knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. LIDJ Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
I'm here writing on these model scrolls. Has a redemption for bloodshed on Sodom Road. Stories that trigger happy now to shot all of his foes. This is the outcome of 500 years down here in the West. Mothers forced to manual labor with no rest. The cost of living in the West is leaving us penniless. Loudly I hear the cries of my peoples being released out of cages of desert eagles, leaving the victim garment see-through. If you overstand the level, he who feels it knows the down pressure of the devil. Toss the Pope in the fire, Gideon black rebels. My sword is my word, manifested in flesh. Blessed to get a youth for homeless with a place to rest. Selassie say clothes and naked, shelter for the shelterless. Babylon you can't govern because your heart is too dirty. Behold the Lion of Judah, he get low this worthy.
So heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African priest. So heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African free. Ambessa trample the down presser. Work for the youths, the mothers, the ancestors. Bad situation must get better. Weak by ourselves, but we must stand together. Stop eating deaders, grow out your dreaders. You need your locks like the chicken needs his feathers. Chant forever, the king reigns forever. Don't get caught in the Babylon pleasure. Watch the flames get redder, chains get scarcer. Lock down the planes and you're stuck in the area. When Wall Street crashed, the foolish passed. The wise man up in the hills with his store to last. There's more to grasp in this life than just horse with ass. Stores of cash and you blinking when the poor man passed. It's never too small to share, food or gear. I'm a Gideon, are you prepared?
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwesi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwesi, aka Ras Kwesi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist. And right now, I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion's Voice. And welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions and the lioness are telling our own story. Big up all of the Lion Pride on Patreon, Ubuntu, Lion Pride, the ecosystem, the family, many names, and the audience, who have been tuning in strong after strong with I and I am still here in Jamaica, so I really give thanks for the family patience, we are fully loaded with content, fully loaded. So just be patient with I and I. We're going to be dropping a lot of reasonings, some little short type of documentary or just, overview of different places. We're going to be just giving you different experiences, different vibrations. So if you're not subscribed, if this is your first time on the platform, make sure you subscribe and become part of this growing Lion Pride movement. What is the Lion Pride all about? We are about the change that we want to see. We are about the establishment of Zion on earth, heaven on earth, an alternative to Babylon, whatever you want to call it. But we are about that action that's going to lead us to a new horizon. The Lion Pride, we're tired of the petty differences. Lion Pride, we don't find enjoyment. We're bored by the back and forth and all these things. We're about progress. We're about Africa, repatriation, development. So if that sounds like the I, join us on the Lion Pride. Subscribe, become part of the Patreon. We're all about the action here. And I want to, today's episode, and forgive I for the long intro, but today's episode, we are going to talk about just my thoughts while being here in Jamaica, my place of birth, moving around with people, seeing the vibration here. I just want to share in real time where the Irish are. One of the things that I am seeing, and this is something that we're going to be addressing head on this platform. We've already started, but it just solidified the need to deal with that, is the generation gap. We're seeing aging Rastafari population at the gatherings, just the interest. We know whole heap of young Rastafari are out there. We are bringing them on the platform. We've connected with the next generation of Rastafari, so you're going to see a lot more of them on the platform. But the generation gap, family, is so massive, in meaning the youth, young Rastafari, not connecting regularly to do works with the elder foundation generations. And many of that generation is passing away right now. Many are still there. Even myself, to the foundation generation, they look to I as youth. But when you look upon my grey, now my beard, you have youths calling me elder. I had a joke with Norrisman, because all Norrisman who's older than I call I elder. But we're not elders, we are the Rastafari adults, and I want to just normalize I and I blocking that sound, because we need that adult 40 to 60 range, that is really your wisdom and execution. That's the pinnacle of your youthful energy and your ability to execute your vision. That's when most men, even in the Babylon world, where they peak in terms of wealth and influence, between 40 and 60. So I and I are in that realm, but we have 20 to 40 where we not see them at gatherings. We're not seeing their input. We're not hearing their voice other than in music. If you're in the music and you tap in, you will hear young Rastafari artists, but where's the translation? in terms of all of the other aspects of Rastafari life? Are we seeing them? So that is very concerning because the youth are the future. The other thing is when you go among these youths, you see there's a lack of direction, meaning they're surviving, they're doing what they must do, and we give thanks and them a heal His Majesty Haile Selassie the First. They're not organizing into institutions, however, Big up Life Yard, Rasta Buki, spend some time. We have an exclusive reasoning with myself, Rasta Buki, Empress Tiana, the young sister and Dr. Kadamawi Knife. We seat up at Dr. Kadamawi Knife residence and reason about this same topic and others. That's exclusive coming to the channel. So if you love Dr. Knife, big up Lion Pride and Patreon member who came to the family and said, there's a poll when you join the Lion Pride on Patreon. You have an opportunity to share what you want to see. There's a poll that Patreon makes you fill out, and one of the things that this sister said was more Dr. Knife, and so I made sure on this trip that we went and seat up. So we have Dr. Knife on the way. Definitely look forward to sharing this and just talking about the youth and what we need to do, forward thinking reasonings, because we're going to have more future forecasting on this channel as well, reasoning with ones about what does the Rastafari future look like if there are no obstacles. We want to see the vision emerge, because the prophecy said that the New Jerusalem, Zion and earth would descend from the heavens. In Rastafari, our thoughts are our heavens. Positive thoughts represent the heavens. So we have to start to talk about it. We visualize it individually in our vision. We chant about it. A lot of the Naya Bingi chants, are chanting of this Zion to come. We now need to reason about it. Next step after reasoning, we need to organize and we need to manifest it, which is already happening. We have an exclusive interview with Bingi Shan from Habisha, and we're going to be talking about the Kazi project. This is second reasoning with Bingi Shan on the channel, but we have the proof of concept here. So that is the next thing I want to explain with the Lion Pride. When you're a part of the Lion Pride, you are part of something that is unfolding. This is not just a theoretical, we come and we talk and we amass a big audience and you see me sit down, see me when me there. No, this is you're watching the evolution and the building of what we're talking about. You're seeing connections being made in real time. You see me interview someone, then you see me at them place, then you see me connect them with someone else, then you see them start the work. You know what I mean? That is the Lion Pride. Lion Pride is active. We're actionists with a vision and a goal and a mission, and we're active. So again, if that sounds like you have a skill, you have a talent, you want to tap in, become part of the Lion Pride. So when people say, what is Rastafari doing, or what organization or what institution do you belong to, you can say, I am part of the Lion Pride, and we have over 700 videos now on the platform to show the works and the connections that are being made, and the IMC, as we go along. You may see other ones and then you see them on the platform. There's no one in Rastafari that we will not reason with once they're doing positive work. Mix up, I'm gonna mix this channel. So if you love the mix up and the blender, this is probably not the platform. You're probably not a Lion Pride worthy person, because we don't want everybody in the Lion Pride to come loosey-goosey up with things. Lion Chad. We want people who want to see, who are bored with what's going on right now and want to see the next level, who want to see the slums of gardens. And we're starting a movement here in reasoning with Rasta Buki from Life Yard we're looking at all of these communities in Kingston, and we're seeing that most of them are gardens, Parade Gardens, Tivoli Gardens, Arnett Gardens, all of these, we realize it's garden and pen run most of the place. You'll see it in the reasoning. So, in meditating, I have a brethren, big up DJ Rebellion, him text me a thing named Ghettos to Gardens. I have a song, Mama Africa, I did, in the 2000, maybe 15, 16s, where I'm singing about, turning slums into gardens. And then now with this reason with Rasta Book, I realize where we have to go with this garrison to gardens. You understand? Because Jamaica, they call it ghetto the garrison. Garrison to gardens, a nice alliteration that we can work with. So I'll be talking to Sabuki, and we're really looking at this urban agriculture movement in Jamaica, how we can transform these garrisons. And I'll be, presenting this to the RMO, Rastafari Mansion Organization, in terms of one of the strategic initiatives for I&I, and part of the public outreach, because this is also part of our drive to food sovereignty that we have to make. And to make Jamaica food secure, we need to transform these garrisons into urban agricultural oases, to gardens. I would tell you the truth, family. May I eat good on that trip here. Some nice food. Big up. It's vegan Ital restaurant. Big up a lotto. Brethren from long time. Brethren so long, I know him by a different name, and that happened in Jamaica sometime. Brethren from way in the forward time, and was introduced to his restaurant, and such a joy, because I know the brethren from, he had a stall, he was selling fruits at a stall, and now he have his own restaurant, takeout and thing, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have a feature on that restaurant, but we are also again going to be pushing this movement, garrison to gardens. So because one of the things that Rastafari has been charged to do is, when we return to Africa, we have to take all of the slums and transform them into gardens, into oases. This is part of the food sovereign movement. So you're going to hear a lot about this on this channel. This is the channel that is sparking the minds of the next generation and of the present generation to come together. Even the Norrisman interview that we launched this evening, and if you haven't seen that Norrisman interview, I'm telling everyone, go watch the Norrisman interview. One of the best Norrisman interview you're gonna see. But why? Because it's from a Rastafari perspective. We don't, go into some irrelevant things. Yes, he addressed the Sizzler, and to be fair, we had to address it.
Brother, I can't sing Sizzler music to the end where him can't sing. Him can't sing one of my songs. Me can't sing. Show us the way, let those be sanctified. Fire blaze, I not cool nothing. Teach them to pray, save those who do to die. The needy shall not always be forgotten. Judgment, I will be hailing King Selassie. Slew Saul and Goliath in the battle. Strength and protection are bested upon I and I. Too much get to youth, they in a trouble. Well then, this is life, live and protect your own. But never be right, bringing your black self down. Well, who catch fright when them hear we frown? Justice and equal rights and make Babylon frown. Run, go ask them who them are. Them ignorant son, I tell me said that them are Babylon tar. Me no matter what age or who you are, all follies have done greater David and a greater son. So all me not for respect a man like that if me a sing out a song like that. Me no must have to respect you and look up to you and rate you.
Of course.
You have a thing in the media when the basher start to bash you down and you want to speak your side of story, you can't get the chance to do that because the guy is the friend of the next guy.
Yes.
You understand? But here we know, we don't give a damn about them because we live in our social media space.
Yes.
Where you can do interview with 20,000 different people. You understand? Enough guys down here in
I
a
will let
Folly,
the I know this platform we little right now, but we will be one of
Talawa.
the most massive
Listen, you have a lot of
platforms.
guys. You have a lot of guys in Jamaica that is contributing to the folly, the mix
Yes,
up, and the bring down in
we
a
not deal
music
with that. Yes, sir.
because them a deal with clout.
Yes, we not deal with that. Yes, sir. But I want go into this because
But we're
this
not, we're
moment that
not
I
stray,
talk about.
we're not stray from the point still. But
Yeah,
we're going,
it broke my heart, and I want to bring some resolution. I do informal mediation. Me know Sizzler not that well, and me just a meet the eye. But it broke my heart because two brethren when me see
well,
put
we're going now. It
Haile
never was to.
Selassie energy. So how can we fix this situation? Solution.
It never was to happen.
Okay.
And when I take responsibility on my part to be stand correcting. Because
Okay.
remember, if your brother kick off, and no matter what, you tell him, say mother, after a couple of days, you have to call him back and apologize. Because every man love their mother. And Jamaica is a country where it's a mother country. Even the
Yes.
wickedest man will murder people. Him no want to hear you the same mother. So you
That
see that
is
part there?
yes.
Him can tell her personally. I reach out to him. As a matter of fact, I visit him and go and apologize to him about that.
Okay.
But that still never give them the right to violate me.
I edited some of that portion. You can see the full thing on the Patreon when he went into the details. I did this, that, because again, I don't want to contribute, don't want I brother Sizzla Kalanji to see the video and then something spark and then them go back and forth. That's not the intention. And I don't know Sizzla well. I've met the brethren. But you know what I mean, we don't want the brethren see the video and then it causes a vibration that's out there with the vloggers and where they take and cut little small pieces, because overall Norrisman is saying he's ready to resolve any problem. He talked about how he apologized for saying what he said. He said the man them never have a right to violate him, and that is a fact. We must not resort to violence when we have disagreements. Disrespect, we don't love it, but we walk away because there's always, His Majesty took a militant stance for peace. Unless a man try harm the eye or the family, there's no justification for beat up a man or to jump a man or all of these things. And we want to normalize this within the family. Even in the Bing Girls, when I was coming up, fight broke out and them things like a man and testosterone. But we have to evolve family above these things. You know what I mean? Yes, as man, we train and we prepare for battle. You know what I mean? We're not soft. You know what I mean? We think it's not loosey-goosey. We're prepared to defend ourselves at all time. However, the Rastafari must militantly try to avoid any conflict. You know what I mean? There's a saying, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And we defend that at all times. His Majesty was a warrior, even though he was a bookman, a book reader. What them would call a nerd in the West, you know what I mean, by the standards, read all of the time, studying all the time, don't have time for fun and games, just into him books them. That was His Majesty, but at the same time he was in a question. Excellent horse rider, grew up in Harar with the top man them, cavalry man them from Ras McCunnin army. So he was a top equestrian. You know what I mean? In the war, you see him take up the gun them and fire them. You know what I mean? The Archelan long gun from Switzerland. So His Majesty know of the war, and there are many wars on the path to Nogusa. You know what I mean? We can't forget war against Ras Mikael. You know what I mean? But there's also the war against Ras Lul Silgad, Empress Menen, former husband. There's many conflicts that had to be addressed and dealt with. So we prepare for war, but war should never be the option. And so that is really what we are defending on the Lion Voice Network. Militant peace, prepare for war. All right. So if you haven't seen the Norrisman clip one, Go check it out. We're going to release the clips. The full episode is available for the Lion Pride on Patreon. For some of the videos, we're doing it that way, the clips first, and then the Patreon will get the first review. For some, we'll just drop the full video and then we'll do the clips after, as we've been doing. We're just switching up things a little bit. We are trying to push the Patreon so that it can be the engine that drives the network. We are, trying to get to the point with all of the Rastafari independent media where we can hire people, we can scale these operations. We can have Rastafari news programs, cartoon, all these different things are just a dream if you do not have the economic resource. So again, if you are Rastafari and you want to see these things for the next generation, then become part of the Lion Pride on Patreon. And $10 a month. You give $10 to Babylon times 50 every month, just surviving in Babylon. You're paying all type of bills. So make sure you're investing in a Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. It doesn't have to be I'm on channel. Big up Honorable Priest Isaac. We have an exclusive interview that's going up on the Patreon. It's going to be only available on the Patreon, as a matter of fact. So, go and check that out. If you're, fascinated by the rising of Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, we have things cooking, and we're connecting with the other platforms. We have Ija Star. That interview is coming as well. So we're just doing what we can. Also creating platforms where we can promote our products and what have you. Critical. So, yes, just touching base again with the family about the observations. Little all over the place. But when I get forward to the headquarters, I will have a better chance to just put my thoughts, and again, we'll be having panels, we'll be doing all of the things that we've been doing, including features on different spaces and places. So all of that is coming. We're fully loaded, we're fully charged up. We are giving thanks to the family. We have so much to share. Give thanks for the support, ones who have been supporting. That has been the next thing, is that the ones here on the ground are very, very familiar with the platform, the Rastafari family that is active, they are all familiar and everyone love the platform and the work. So that encourages I if it does press forward, and that is what we're going to do. So again, we're here in Jamaica. I'm going to do an episode on the whole Hurricane Barrel. That's why I'm still here in Jamaica. That's why we haven't been able to get forward on our schedule. My flight was cancelled, all of those things. So we'll have an episode to deal with that. We'll have an episode to deal with the Harambe Hall, RMO Harambe Hall I went to in Montego Bay. The Rastafari movement rising. Big up RMO family. We're going to have an episode on that. We're going to have an episode on so many things. Rastafari Indigenous Village, big up First Man, who came up with a sound that we're going to go in depth on this channel, which is the economy of trauma. We're talking about the levels of trauma that we face and how there's a benefit, which is why I dwell within that trauma, or why formerly victimized, marginalized people tend to dwell within that trauma instead of focusing on the future and on building and moving forward, So we want to talk about that because there's a danger. Yes, reparation must happen, but there's a danger that one sit and wait for their oppressor to hear them and to feel moved to grant justice, and you not do nothing on your own. You wait, you sit down and wait. Repatriation. sit down and wait instead of being active and preparing and back and forth and preparing the space. And it leads to a level of delusion, because if we think with all that's happening globally that the colonizers are going to take time to sit down and draft a repatriation plan and for I, then we are delusional. No one is coming to save us, family. There is no super Rasta. There is no super Rastafari. There is only Rastafari, and set the establishment of the foundation and do the work. It's I time now. There's no Rasta Jesus coming from the sky to come swoop you up and repatriate the tens of thousands. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. It's I same one task, this generation. And we are the generation of them that seek his face, that were born after disappearance of Kadamawi Haile Selassie the first. So it's I same one have to deal with the work. So we'll make I be of good courage and good cheer and come together to do what has been tasked of us. Family, Lion Voice is here. We're in Jamaica. We have so much preparing for the item, so much love, but do remember, we're going to be touching on the economics of trauma. We're going to be touching on the generation gap. We're going to be touching on garrisons to gardens, urban agriculture movement, and remember Habesha, which I am a long-time board member, former board chair, all them thing that family works. Is a leader in urban agriculture in Atlanta. Big up Habesha family. Organic Fest just passed. Missed it, unfortunately, but Habesha family, I don't know. The item in our heart, same way, carry out the work. So we're gonna be talking about those three topics. These are the thoughts coming out of my Jamaica Chad. There are more, but I just want to let the item know where we are and what Jamaica has taught us, or what Jamaica has put on our heart and on our mind being here during this time, enduring I first hurricane on the island. This has put and seeing the devastation, big up earthquake, Malvern. There's a lot of need. We'll probably have some interviews with ones making some appeals to the family, because this is a platform like that too, where the family can utilize, in times of need and hardship. So again, big up Lion Pride on Patreon, big up Ubuntu, Lion Pride family, and if you want to be a Ubuntu, $50 US donations or more. You don't want to give every month for whatever reason. You may not have an account where you set up for that, but you love the works and you want to drop a $50, $100, $10,000 because you're a millionaire and you see the platform and you watch it. Do what you want, but you can be part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride, because all contributions are welcome. And remember, in the description too, you can do Cash App, Zelle, even if it's a small donation. We take all, because again, we are building Rastafari independent and aligned media. And I just want to big up Dreadlocks, iYard Radio, big up Yard Real, Ras Iron. We have so many there, those ones were chatting with I, so I have to big them up. And so many others, because one thing is clear, being in Jamaica, and that is that the time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Lion Voice.
Yo. I'm here writing all these modern scrolls. Has a redemption for bloodshed on Sodom Road. Stories of trigger happy now to shot all of his foes. This is the outcome of 500 years down here in the West. Mothers forced to manual labor with no rest. The cost of living in the West is leaving us penniless. Loudly I hear the cries of my peoples being released out the cages of desert eagles, leaving the victim garment see-through. If you overstand the level, he who feels it knows the down pressure of the devil. Cross the Pope in the fire, Gideon black rebels. My sword is my word manifested in flesh. Blessed to get it used for homeless with a place to rest. Selassie say clothes the naked, shelter for the shelterless. Babylon you can't govern because your heart is too dirty. Behold the lion of Judah, he get loaned is worthy.
So heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African free. So heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African free. I'm Bessa, trample the down presser. Work for the youths, the mothers, the ancestors. Bad situation must get better. Weak by ourselves, but we must stand together. Stop eating deaders, grow out your dreaders. You need your locks like the chicken needs its feathers. Chant forever, the king reigns forever. Don't get caught in the Babylon pleasure. Watch the flames get redder, chains get scarcer. Lock down the planes and you're stuck in the area. When Wall Street crashed, the foolish passed. The wise man up in the hills with his store to last. There's more to grasp in this life than just whores with ass. Stores of cash and you blinking when the poor man passed. It's never too small to share, food or gear. I'm a Gideon, are you prepared? I move to kick and I move to snare. Two things that don't move me is doubt and fear. Why? Cause the great king is everywhere. In water and land, in man and air. So heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African priest. Heal his majesty. Heal him, King of glory. Heal him, might of the Trinity. Rastafari crown every African priest. Inequality, so while you pagan talk, it don't bother me. Come follow me to the promised land. Hail the Almighty in a man. Mama Ethiopia will always stand. Tell them truth and right shall stand. Don't get caught in them sinking